Alrighty, here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
Welcome to the Flipside. This is our Fireside chat, and generally speaking, it's just a live Q&A. You can ask us anything you wish, and we will answer it with discretion. We don't have to answer everything you ask us, but we generally will, unless you
tell mostly the truth.
Yeah, mostly. Let's see here. Ryan says, howdy, folks. Hello, hello. Tom said, hi, all just got back from dinner, and I am super tired. We arrived in Iceland this morning and maybe slept an hour on the plane. Not sure how long I will hang around. Wow. Dude, you're in Iceland.
That's awesome.
That's super awesome. That is super awesome.
That's really cool.
David Brownlee says, hi, just in time. Everybody switch to live chat. I hate that we have to do that, but we also will do that. Mary Beth is also listening. Hello, hello. Travis Hoopfer says, hello, Sam and JT.
Hello.
Bob Rock is here. Anything? What about Eric? Eric, anything? What are you talking about?
What do you
anything?
Mean anything.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's been feisty lately.
Something.
Man, he's been feisty. I don't know what it... Ask anything? Oh, yes, anything.
Yeah, anything.
But again, like I said, we reserve the right to not answer the question.
And some of the answers you won't want to know.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm screaming. That's what I'm screaming. Afternoon, Luke Shirus says, hello, hello, good to see you. Lately... Hola, Matthew says.
It's not lately, it's forever and always.
Forever and always. What?
Being feisty.
Oh, yes. Oh, late. Got it. Mwah, he says. All right. Well, that's cool. All right. Well, so far this morning, I have mailed out the August giveaway package.
Yep.
Mailed that off this morning, and the September giveaway was announced this morning. I put that up at 6 o'clock this morning because I figured 9 o'clock on the East Coast maybe we'll get more traction earlier in the day. But that one's going to be a big one, and I'm kind of concerned at how much it's going to cost to ship.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons why we made the delineation to keep it to just the U.S. on this one. Because even the one that we just shipped out this morning that had the 3 games in it with the insert, that was $34.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sized box.
$34, which isn't actually that bad.
Yeah.
For shipping out 3 games.
That'll be like 50, 56, 60.
Oh, it's heavy.
It'll probably still be there.
It's heavy. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here. Luke Shira says, when JT said they will mostly tell the truth.
It was a lie.
It was a lie.
Maybe.
What is the best Daniel Day-Lewis movie?
Don't ask me. I'm not a movie person. The last time I watched a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, it was back in 1994.
Last of the Mohicans, he says it's Last of the Mohicans for him. I think that's probably the one for me because I'm not a huge Daniel Day-Lewis fan. As a matter of fact, the only reason I know who Daniel Day-Lewis is Last of the Mohicans.
Last of the Mohicans.
I know he has done other things, but I haven't watched any of those movies. So there you have it. Have you ever seen Scream for Me, Sarajevo?
No. Negative. I haven't seen nothing.
and neither have I. I'm sorry, Bob. He keeps reminding me. He's told me like months ago now at this point that I need to watch this. And I do. Iron Maiden is a great band, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Is Dead of Winter a team game?
Technically, yes. Depends on how much. Yeah, it is. You are... as a group trying to survive, but one of you, but you're all being greedy at the same time.
It depends on if you're playing with the semi-cooperative, in my opinion.
Even then, it's a team game with one jerk. I mean,
yeah, but I don't know. I don't consider it a team game. I consider it a cooperative game. To me, there's a difference between cooperation and team versus team.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not team versus team.
Yeah, and that's the delineation.
Is that why they ask about a team game?
Yes.
Oh, so there is a version of Dead of Winter where you can take a full group against a full group. There is a team versus
Warring
team
Colonies.
version.
That's the name of the expansion. I think is Warring. Is that you or me?
That is my work phone.
Oh, you need.
So
to
you
stop?
guys are gonna have to.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Ignore my work phone.
So here's the thing. For the giveaway, I specifically said team versus team. I did say 1v all. So Dead of Winter, the base game, I wouldn't consider. But if you say Dead of Winter with Warring Colonies, then yes, it is. But it will have to be with that expansion, in my opinion.
Wait, what's the giveaway then? Tell me the rules of the giveaway.
The rules of the giveaway is that they have to send me an email.
Yep.
I shouldn't really be saying this because I want them to watch that other video.
Oh, go watch the other video. He'll tell me the rules later.
I will, yeah. But specifically speaking,
I don't know the rules.
I kind of already said it anyway.
Yeah, that's all right.
You give me your top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just won't put my email in there. Then you have to go watch the other.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, you have to send me your top 5 team games. And where it's this team versus this team, or one person versus everybody else. That's 2 different teams.
Yep.
So if you're playing with a semi-cooperative, I still don't think it's, with that one person.
Not in that. I didn't know the context of the question.
Yeah. This was way easier when JT is here to explain the jokes to Sam. That's probably true. Yep. If I win, I'll pick it up. I will take you up on that, Luke.
That'd be awesome.
If you win, I can't guarantee that. If I win the September giveaway, can I pay for shipping to Canada? I usually don't make people pay because that's not how a giveaway works, in my opinion. So I'm going to say...
To be negotiated later.
I'm going to say no, but ask me again later. Maybe after I get the sticker shock of shipping, I'll be more agreeable. If I win, just take it to... he says, just take it to streamers because I'm going to give it to someone there.
What?
There Will Be Blood is good too. I drink your milkshake. I don't even know what that means.
There Will Be Blood is good too. That's a movie.
I know that, but I drink
your milkshake.
That's a line
from the game?
Maybe?
Or from the movie?
It's got to be. I don't know. Eric says, yeah, and I don't know any team games. Hard to solo one versus all. Well, with your multiple personalities, it's pretty easier.
Play against yourself.
Old Daniel Day-Lewis movies are brilliant. In the Name of the Father, My Left Foot, Irish movies, basically. Yeah, I get that. I think I might have seen In the Name of the Father. I might have seen that. But again, I'm just not a huge Daniel Day-Lewis fan. I need to look into those. It was just the most random thing I could think to ask, Ryan says.
Well, that's pretty random.
Yeah, very random, actually. I would be willing, though. Yeah, I understand that, Travis. I know you would be, but that's just not how we do things here, brother. Let's see here. No traitor mechanics. Not really.
Yeah, that's...
Not
team
really.
games are different. Yeah, for sure.
Team games are different. You still have to watch the giveaway video to learn the super secret email subject line you have to use.
There you go.
That is correct. Although there have been a couple of people that messed that up already. I'm not going to hold it against them, though. After watching the tile placement top 10, I want to know who JT's favorite child is.
That changes day to day. Sometimes, no. I will tell you that we were out on the boat yesterday. Hawkins, my littlest, he's 9.
Yep.
He decided we were out kind of practicing. Him and I were behind the boat. He's been wanting to kneeboard. And I was just kind of showing him how to do it and stuff behind the boat. And we're like, well, I'll just drag you around on the kneeboard and you can hang out. And next thing you know, he was kneeboarded. And he just had a ball.
You picked it up.
Had an absolute ball kneeboarding. So that was pretty fantastic. Yesterday was a great day. That doesn't mean he's my favorite.
Eric, did you hear what he said about us? No, he didn't go there. Boys, get him. Yeah, well, your personalities are now unleashed. I get it. Oh, man.
I'm still trying to look up Daniel Day-Lewis movies to see if I like any of them.
Phantom Thread.
You know, The Gangs in New York was a good movie.
Yeah. That's right. He did play Lincoln. He played Abraham Lincoln in Lincoln.
I never saw it.
I forgot that. That was a good show.
And I haven't seen very many of his movies.
I haven't either.
Gandhi.
Gandhi? He's in Gandhi? No. What did he play in Gandhi?
I have no idea. But anyways.
He was like 5 when Gandhi came out. What in the world?
Anywho.
Sam, Blood Rage still number 1? Of course. What's your favorite game of all time?
Mine?
Yes. That's what he asked. Bob Rock asked.
Dwellings of Eldervale.
Really?
Bar none.
That's your numero uno.
It was my numero uno last year.
Still, though?
It's been my let's just put it this way. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's been my numero uno since the day I got it, which was in 2020.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
I think it was in 2020.
Al Hernandez says, just taught about Tannhäuser. That is a real good team versus team. You and JT have to play it. I do own it. We could.
He owns it.
I have to get you over here for a Time-Honored Tuesdays.
Not my kind of game, but I'll play it.
That would be a... You might enjoy this one. I don't know. We'll see. It's got a lot of neat things you can combo. But yeah, it definitely isn't your kind of game. Last of the Mohicans was cool, Joe Leal says. Interesting. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the best living actors in the world. It's just insane how many things he can do. I'm an actor myself, working for 18 years in theater, and still would be afraid to share the screen with him.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely...
Why would you be afraid to share? It seems like it would be something you would relish. Yeah.
Unless you suck and he'll make a lot of fun of you. Maybe, I don't know. He's probably a very nice guy. Who knows?
Is Mousetrap a team game?
Do you play against another team?
Well, I mean, this is a valid question. Do 2-player games count?
No. 2-player games, 1v1 does not count as a team game. That's my ruling.
So would 1v all count?
No.
Well, I already said that it did.
He says it does. I say 1v all does not count, but he's the judge.
I don't relish on my hot dogs. Why did you bring a hot dog into the idea? Bob is talking about sharing the screen with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Not hot dogs. That is a red herring, sir. Did
18
you know,
years in theater, huh? Theater is so cool. I've watched a lot of plays and stuff theater, those guys work their butts off, you know.
Yeah. No, they absolutely do. Yeah. Absolutely. Props. Did you know Blood Rage was your favorite right away, or did it take a couple of plays to get there? It took a couple of plays. The first time I played it, I believe it was with Eric Lang. It was with Eric Lang, Z, Jason, and myself. It was a 4-player game. So I was really taking it as kind of this is just a demo. This is a demo experience. There's no way I would have known that it was going to be my favorite game at that point, because I don't think any game, in my estimation, now I know whether I will like the game or not after one play, but whether it's going to be my favorite game, I don't think that happens until later on, when you've played it multiple times and you've compared it multiple times with other games that are similar to it.
That's true, except for like there's games for me that the first time I put it on the table and I play it and I play through it, you can just see the brilliance of the mechanics and how much I like those mechanics. Like I can literally key in on a game. The first time I played Terraforming Mars, my jaw was on the table. Like I knew not only did I love the play, I loved the mechanics, I loved everything, the way it worked together. There are some games that just hit me really hard with how good they are and how well they are put together.
Are party games team games?
Yes.
Some of them can be, yes.
If it's team v team.
Yep. I don't like, okay. Afraid in terms of, am I talented enough to follow him?
Sure.
I know I'm not. I get what you're saying. However, I think when you are in positions like that, you'll find that the person that is more talented will be will be very gracious.
Sure.
And
you think.
If they aren't, they're jerks.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Hard stop.
Hard stop. Bushman drama.
But I will say this.
Theater are two different things.
Yeah, real quick. I will say this. If they aren't gracious, who gives a rip if you're talented enough to be on the screen, on the stage with them? Because if you can't be gracious,
yeah,
you're not worth my stressing out over it. So,
yeah, agreed.
Moving on. You said relish. I did, but it wasn't that kind of relish. So still, red herring. I didn't count One versus All in my list. Otherwise, I would have added Clue, the Great Museum Caper. That is probably one of the best Clue games that's out there, in my opinion. I used to play that a lot with my Korean students in Korea.
That's cool. Bushman says his life is theater. And like I said, drama and theater are two different things. Now, there can be drama in theater, but just drama is not considered theater.
Nope. Let's see here.
What is your second favorite game?
What is your second favorite game? My second favorite game is Memoir 44.
Oh, I don't know what my second favorite game is. I don't know. Too Many Bones or Spirit Island.
Sam's TI4? Nope, TI4 slipped for me.
Probably Too Many Bones or Spirit Island.
Let's see. Have either of you played Arcs yet?
No.
No.
Negative.
I've seen it being played a ton at Gen Con and at Dice Tower East and at the Retreat. I think Arcs was being played almost continuously. Every day I walked through, somebody was playing it. Every time I walked through, somebody was playing it at Dice Tower Retreat. So I really have wanted to try. I just haven't been able to sit down at the right time. What's your heaviest game that ranks high on your list?
Man, I don't know. You're asking some tough questions. Kanban's up there. That's a heavy game.
Super heavy. It's over a 4.
Shoot, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at my list. I don't know. We haven't done our top 100 for this year yet, although it's coming up sooner than later, I think.
Yes, it is.
But Kanban's the only one I can think of right off the top of my head. But Spirit Island's heavy, obviously. Spirit Island's.
Yeah.
So there's 2 that are probably in my top 10.
How Shakespearean of you, Bushman, Ryan says. Let's see. Hello, I cannot pick a favorite game yet. Morgan Knight says, probably because I feel like I need to get through more of my backlog before I claim a favorite. Well,
or you got to claim a favorite up till today.
Yeah. I mean, that's any top 10 list is not set in stone.
Definitely flowing.
It's fluid.
Yeah.
Any top 100 is fluid. That's why top 100s change from year to year, and we republish them because new games get made. We play new games that will replace some of the older games. That's the way it goes. Howdy, y'all. Did I miss any tantalizing conversation? No, not really. Not yet, Vanessa.
What is my 13th favorite game, Luke? It's Dune Imperium. We'll see how close I get.
Getting tired. I think I'm going to go. See you later. See you, Tom. Take care, buddy.
See you, Tom. Have fun, man.
JT, did you look up Postmark Games?
No, I didn't.
Look it up. Do it. Woodcraft is pretty intricate. I don't understand what that means. What is Woodcraft? Is that a game?
Yes, it's a game, and it's actually it's been on my wish list for a while. I just haven't picked it up. It looks pretty cool.
I look really short. I gotta sit up.
Yeah, it depends on if you're sitting up or sitting back. I'm kind of slouching down too.
Sit up. Yeah, I always too.
But it all depends on. Woodcraft does look cool. I haven't played it yet. I do have it on my wish list.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm waiting for a sale. Who knows?
Crokinole can be played in teams. Is that allowed? Yes.
Is a game that can be played in teams allowed?
Yeah.
If you don't put Pinochle on there, you're not a real team gamer.
Yeah, whatever.
Just showing that out there.
Yeah, you throw it in the trash.
Let's see here.
Thoughts on Star Wars Rebellion?
Well, what's your thoughts on Star Wars Rebellion? Is it just rolling rights? Postmark games?
Oh, I don't know. Looks like it.
Yeah, looks like rolling rights. I don't do rolling rights.
Super high on JT's list, let me tell you. JT doesn't really care for rolling rights.
No.
Or flipping rights.
It's because my handwriting sucks.
Least favorite sushi game, Vladimir Sushi.
My least favorite sushi game?
That's what Bob Rock said. Woodcraft. Least favorite sushi game for me. Need the wooden blueberries for Woodcraft though, Broken Beard says. Team Darts.
I love sushi. Interesting enough, I have Dungeon Pet sitting on the table right now waiting to play.
Luke, that is not how you spell cribbage.
Crispage? There's an H in there and some other things.
I like the color of JT's shirt. What's on it?
Well, nothing. Just a cross, it looks like.
Yeah. Yep. What game did you buy due to the components, but then ended up hating the game?
Oh, I don't know that there's been that many. Ended up hating. I don't hate a lot of games.
Right.
What was that Safari game that I bought?
I don't.
There was one. There was a Safari game that I bought that I don't know if I want to say hate, but it was close to that. I'll have to think of the name of the game.
I don't know that I've ever hated a game that I bought solely on components.
Well, I don't think I bought it solely on components, but I had a ton of components.
Sure.
Had a rock, kind of like the Everdale tree, and it had a ton of different little animal meeples, and but I didn't like it.
Bob Rock says, true, my number 1 and number 2 are switching back and forth after every play of those being Concordia and Glenmore 2.
I need to play Glenmore 2 so bad.
Yeah.
Bob, come teach me Glenmore 2. Please.
You can afford that. You're in theater.
That's right.
Come on up.
We could play it on Tabletop Simulator.
That
I would do it.
How about Crisis? I just learned of it and it looks great. Crisis Protocol?
Team Darts.
Team
There you
Darts.
go.
No, Team Darts doesn't count. It's got to be a board game.
Cribbage isn't a team game, is it? I guess you can make it. It's not a team game.
No, any of those older card games can be played team style.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I mean, sure, if you want to populate your top 5 with a bunch of boring card games, go ahead.
Whereas Pinochle is a team game. You can't play it by yourself.
It's also a boring card game. Endangered, is that the one you were talking about?
No, it was the one that had the name issue. The name, they had to actually, I think they changed the name in the second edition because the name wasn't, I'll find it here. Let me look it up on Kickstarter while it was a Kickstarter.
Luke says, I realized I missed 1B, but overlooked the silent H in cribbage. Wild Serengeti?
Wild Serengeti, that's right.
That's the one?
Yep, not a fan.
David Brownlee says, I think the Awakened Realms release of Flux would make that list. I don't think that is actually a thing.
The Awakened Realms?
Release of Flux.
Ah.
They better not.
Give it a shot. Why not?
Maybe. You can play cribbage 2v2. It's enjoyable. Okay.
Travis, I'd love to teach you too many bones.
Back in Western Canada, teaching you too many bones.
I don't know when I'm coming back to Western Canada, but we need to talk.
Bob says we're some 9,000 kilometers from each other.
That's what the internet's for, man.
That's right. That is
You can
right.
teach it to me on... Is it on BGA? I still don't play on BGA, so... I would make an exception for some games.
What's first on your top 10 games list when sorted in descending alphabetical order? Boy, they're really swinging for the fence here.
What's sorted in... Wait, in...
Descending?
Descending?
So starting with Z to A.
Not going there.
Zulareto would be there probably.
No, it's not on my top 100.
Well, I don't know. Going from Z to A, maybe.
It's still in my top 10. You got to get your top 10, then you got to rank it, and then you got to de-alphabetize it.
I own it and feel the same. Their second game, Life of Amazonia, was much better, he says.
I've heard good things. Sorry. Yeah, I've heard good things about Life of the Amazonia.
I haven't. But that doesn't mean it's not good. I just haven't heard anything about it. I also haven't heard very much about Wild Serengeti other than the negative stuff that you've been throwing around here.
It's just, there's some of the rules, and I think Wild Serengeti could still be a good game, but there are some rule changes that would need to happen.
How much time do you spend organizing and making sure your board games are even on the shelf? Well, if you were here, you would see that I have games on the floor over there, and I also have games on the floor over there, so not a lot. I have to make sure that they are just visible, much less on a shelf.
I tried to organize mine the other day, but...
Did you try and fail?
Tried and failed, yeah. Trying to find room for things.
Rip James Earl Jones? He died?
What?
Wow. Really?
That's not cool. What game is your biggest surprise with regrets to how much better it was? Wait, what game was your biggest surprise with regards to how much better it was than you were expecting? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
How much did... I think Path of Civilization was recently one that I was not expecting to like it. Tom taught me how to play at Dice Tower West early in the morning one morning, and I was just like, sure. I just wanted to play a game with Tom. And he taught how to play the game to me and two other people, and I wasn't expecting to like it at all, as a matter of fact. But because I'm not a huge proponent of Civ games.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what that is.
Yep.
And
I don't know.
I really enjoyed it. I had very low expectations for it, but I ended up really enjoying it.
I have pretty high expectations for a lot of games, and
Amazonia was great, Travis says. Have you tried Shipyard 2nd Edition?
Negative.
Neither have I.
I don't think I have anybody around me that would want to play it with me. I would like to play it, but I don't know that any human being that I know would want to play it with me.
Did you ever find your copy of Ra? Yes, I did.
Yes.
It was underneath the Falcon.
It's underneath the Millennium Falcon over there, so
I just missed it.
all is safe.
Jess already sold you out about your 3 piles of games that were off screen. I know. What is your collection like, JT?
I don't know. Who's asking the question?
Travis.
What is my collection like? That's a broad question. I don't know. At one point in time, I thought I could keep my collection below 200 games. That was my goal. And I do cut games and get rid of games or give away games or whatever else. I have games that come in and move pretty fast. But I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. What kinds of games I have all different kinds of games, like all different kinds of games. But
I would probably say your collection is probably a good bit heavier than my collection.
Well, sure. I tend to keep heavier games because I like them better than light games. In fact, there's times when I'm like, here, I'm going to get rid of all these light games. I'm like, well, crap, what am I going to play with people that want to play light games? Like, if you give me 10 games and say you got to get rid of, I take the lightest ones off the stack and I set them aside. And that's not because they're not good games. It's because I would rather play these ones. So I have a hard time. I call light games probably too easy sometimes. And there's some that I get rid of and I'm like, I could have kept that for this scenario or that. I think the problem is when I teach people new games, if they're new gamers, I only need 2 or 3 games in my entire collection to teach new gamers because that's, a couple of good games for that, and then put them into bigger, better games. That's really kind of the way I like to do things. I don't care about the light games so much, but there are a lot of light games that are super fun, and for a light game, for me to keep it, it's got to be something that makes me smile when I sit down at the table to play it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like roll and writes, right? There's 99 roll and writes that all have a little bit of comboing in them, and that's the only thing that most roll and writes live and die by hey, I got to do a little bit of comboing. But the comboing is usually boring, and it's procedural, and it's the same as the next roll and write with different boxes. They don't excite me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing in a roll and write that makes me go, oh my gosh, I did a great thing. Because you can see, if I do that, I get to do this, I get to do this, I get to do this. Whatever. I'm just pushing X's in boxes. Like, I don't get excited about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking, I was wondering if, because MCG Games has come out with some pretty stinking heavy roll and writes or flip and writes.
Mm-hmm.
Like French Quarter is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another one that I haven't played yet called Detroit, like Motorworks or something like that.
There's got to be a progression to a game, though.
Yeah.
It's not you start by filling in boxes, you end by filling in boxes, and you if there's some kind of progression to the game, then maybe I will like it better, which is why I like Welcome to the Moon, because in Welcome to the Moon, especially in some of those later maps, you're doing all kinds of crazy things to make things work and go, and you get to see what's going on with your rocker, you get to see what's going on with your moon base or whatever else. Like those kind of things, there's a progression to them and a nice logic puzzle to them. Most roll and writes don't have a good logic puzzle. They just have where do you want to put the X next. So,
Discordia is high on my wish list. Eric says Expedition to New Dale. I really like After the Fact. Mm-hmm. I really liked After the Fact, David. Didn't think I'd like Mosaic, which is a Civ game, and I love it.
I love Mosaic. I really like it.
I don't play Mahjong, but I just found out about automatic tile dispensing tables, and now I want to get into Mahjong so I can justify buying a table.
Wow. Automatic tile dispensing tables. They stack them and everything?
Yeah, they have them in Asia. The center of the board comes up. You just push all your tiles into the thing and close it, and then it disperses.
I don't want to play it, but that's pretty cool.
I've seen them before. I've never used them.
It's a nice centerpiece.
Yeah. What is the best deal on a board game you've gotten? For me, one time at a big known blue store, someone priced Splendor wrong, I think. Got 2 copies for $2.90 each.
Nice.
Wow. My best deal at a store was at a new Toys R Us in Korea. They just
you
opened
told
it
me
up,
about that.
and it was a Tide of Iron, the big FFG coffin box version of Tide of Iron before they resized it. And it had, I mean, 2 corners of the board of the game were just, of the box was just obliterated. But everything was still in the copy of the game. Everything was still there. Everything was still in great shape. And it was 8,000 won, which was like around $5 or $6. It was a really good.
Nice.
I mean, it was like an $80, $90 game, and I got it for like $7.
I know my wife went to a thrift store once and came home with a pile of games, which was kind of funny because she texted me and she's like, "Hey, do you want this game? Do you want this game? Do you want this game?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, yeah." And she came home with a pile of games for like $2 each, and I can't remember all the games that are in there, but it was, you know, a bunch of $50 and $60 games. And then she's like, "Yeah, they had that Battlestar one there that you talked about too for $2," and she didn't get it. They had a copy of Battlestar Galactica, and she didn't pick it up for $2. So that's the biggest that I ever missed, was a $2 copy of Battlestar Galactica.
Dang it. Oh, man. Did you go back and look for it?
Yes, she actually went back to go get it. Yeah, and it was
all gone.
Yeah. I was like, I want that. She went back, and it's not there. So.
Let's see. Have you ever played Hansa Teutonica?
I have not. I'd like to do so, but I have not.
I found Gaia Project for $8 at a thrift store once, Ryan says.
Nice.
Dang. What uncommon extras for board games overall has the best value for a budding collector?
What uncommon extras? What is that?
Does that mean like bling, you know, ways that you can bling out a game? Is that what you're talking about? Like sleeves, or is that the kind of stuff he's talking about?
I don't know.
You'll need to expand upon that, Broken Beard.
Yes.
We'll come back to you. Three Sisters made my head spin. It's so convoluted.
It's very convoluted. It's kind of interesting, but it's yeah. I played Three Sisters. I have a friend that really likes Three Sisters. I thought it was fine.
Wow, look at that.
Firefly for $5.
Firefly for $5 at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Jaws of the Lion for free after coupons. Wow.
For free.
The thrift stores under here suck for games. Oh, it must be over here.
Yeah, a lot of
Half of them won't even take game donations.
Yeah. You don't find games at thrift. I don't go to thrift stores at all, but you don't find games at thrift stores.
You didn't answer me while I was there.
I know. I didn't answer. I know. I know. I've been beating myself up ever since I didn't answer about the Battlestar Galactica.
I got a new copy of Hit the Road for dirt cheap that had a price tag that said "as is." I don't think the seller knew it was a design choice. I
got our copy of Mansions of Madness. I had to go to Seattle to pick it up, but our copy of Mansions of Madness had a couple expansions in it. I think I got it for like $15 or $20. That was a pretty good deal.
Hello, Karen, by the way. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Like obvious ones would be a board game table, but I got the Roxley poker chips, and they helped a ton in games that have cardboard coins.
Yeah, and when you first set it up there, I said my first thought process was some metal coins.
Yeah.
Because you can have one stack of metal coins, and you can play with all different kinds of games. Metal coins is a really good one.
And some of those
or the irons are awesome.
Yeah, some of those companies that make metal coins make like thematically different ones. And if you buy one of their Kickstarters, you've got a number of different sets that can be used, like a sci-fi one you can use in a sci-fi game and all that other kind of stuff.
If you ask if you wasted the most money on in board games, I would probably say metal coins. Just because I have metal coins for so many different board games that I probably don't need. For a good example, my Shem Phillip games, I think every single one of them has a set of metal coins. which one set of metal coins you could use for all of the West Kingdom, or if you wanted the age-specific ones, one set you could use for the South Tigris. But I got metal coins in all of them. So,
Broken Beard says he got Star Wars Rebellion for $10. Dang, that's something else. Carm is surprisingly good, Eric. McKay's is pretty good too. They used to price their games a lot cheaper, but then they started hiring gamers, I think, and prices haven't been as good.
The other thing for Broken Beard is, I don't know if you have your trays here, but nice component trays.
I do. These are on Etsy, right?
Yeah, I bought these on Etsy. And I got some for Sam for his birthday on Etsy, and I've started to 3D print my own. I've 3D printed something similar for all of my sisters and my mom and everything. But nice component trays, especially if they have this little dump thing, so that when you put them in your baggie, you just dump them in.
Yep.
Nice component trays are really nice, so you don't have piles of stuff all over the place.
That's one of the main things I love about those, is that you just
just
dumps it right back into your thing. Yep.
Good component trays, metal coins. And funny enough, I made a big card holder that holds like multiple decks I made it specifically for Nemesis, but that's actually quite nice for multiple games if you want multiple stacks of cards that are right next to you. That's cool too.
Eric says about a quarter of my collection is for free or $5 or less.
Wow.
All new games. Well,
Mel's in here, so I don't want to say what a quarter of my collection's for.
If you like substandard games, then yeah, that's easy to do. Carm is the Knoxville area rescue mission. So that's interesting. Memoir 44, Bob Rock says, I've played it against an Army general mid-game. He just said, you can't win this. I didn't. He destroyed me in some 10-ish plays. He wasn't lucky with rolls. He just played it better.
Yeah,
That's how you can.
I don't like the rolls.
But
I don't like them.
That's proof.
Your one soldier just took out my 3 tank units. Yay.
They're called sticky bombs. Watch Saving Private Ryan. It's true. Aw, thank you. They operate thrift stores to support the shelter.
Did you say hi to Timon?
Cool. Yeah, I think I did, but if I didn't, hello Timon 6219. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Been meaning to get to McKay's. I don't know what McKay's is either. I guess it's the same kind of thing as Carm. I like the hex-shaped component trays I found for my 3D printer.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool component trays.
So luck in that game, it's not much of a factor. So luck in that game is not much of a factor. Got it. Well, I don't know that, because your dice rolls and your card draws can really conspire against you. I have seen to where that happens, but one of the most recent games that I've played of Memoir 44, I was playing with my buddy Patrick at Dice Tower West, and we were playing a breakthrough map, which is one of the longer maps. It's that you have to go from end to end. And we were talking after the game we were both having a very bad time with our card draws.
Yeah.
We just were not getting the cards that we needed, but it was happening to both of us. So it was coming down to...
My army's coming up this flank. Yours is coming up this flank. We're not doing nothing.
No, that's not how it worked out, but that's funny. That's funny. I like the hex shape. Okay, I already said that. Wow, he went there.
Who went where?
The gloves are off.
Oh.
Me talking about if you like substandard games.
What did Bob say in there? What are you saying, Bob?
No, that's what he's talking about. Memoir 44.
Oh, he got a couple retracted there, or he retracted.
Oh yeah, well I think it's probably that.
Gotcha.
McKay's is like a half-price books, but local to the East Tennessee area. Ryan says
they're really cool. Actually, we have one. I think I talked about it last time. There's one kind of like a hometown Barnes and Noble in Richland that I like to go to, because it's they have a huge wall of games that it really surprises me what kind of games they have there. But
Yeah.
I don't get there very often, but it's a couple hours away.
What games do you want to play but don't own? Planning to come to Steamers again, and I can bring it if I own it. I think you mentioned Istanbul before.
I'd love to play Istanbul. Who's this?
David?
Yeah,
David Brownlee.
Weren't you going to bring me Automania? I want to play Automania. Was that David? I think David was the one that said he was going to.
I don't know.
I would love to play Automania. I'd like to try that one. There's, the problem with something like Steamers is you just don't have a long time for a big game, which I'd love to do. What you need to do is just come down and we'll go to the table and at my house or here or whatever else and play some stuff. Cause
if you can keep him off his boat on the weekends, he'll play
weekends,
games with
you. Yes. You can come on the boat, then we'll go play a game.
No, I said keep him off the boat.
You're all
we can play games.
No, if it's summertime, you got to go outside. You got to.
No, you don't.
Games are not.
Automania is on my wish list.
Games are my fourth most expensive hobby. So not my first most expensive hobby. Fourth.
Wow.
Oh, counting adding the boat in there for sure. I got the boat, I got the bike, I got the video games, and then I got board games.
It wasn't him. He doesn't have Automania.
Oh.
Maybe it was Doug.
Might have been Doug. I'd like to play that one. I also want to play Clans of Caledonia. I really want a copy of Clans of Caledonia, but I want to play that one.
JT's got all them grown-up toys.
And kid toys.
No, favorite Arthurian Legends game? Oh, dear. Well, there are a couple that I can think of. Shadows over Camelot is one. That's...
There's not enough games with that freaking... absolutely love King Arthur.
There's a lot of them, actually. There's a
lot that... They're having a lot that I've played, because I love that theme.
Merlin is a good one. Merlin is a good one. Shadows over Camelot is good. Tournament at Camelot is a good trick-taking game. That's pretty fun. There was another one called Lancelot. That was a neat game. But again, I don't know that they would be, it's definitely not top 10 material, but I enjoyed them. I like them. But yeah, I guess there's not a whole lot of them. But there are a few, I guess. JT calling his canoe a boat. See, he's coming after you now, too.
Well, it's not quite a canoe.
It's bigger than a canoe.
It's bigger than a canoe. It's a 10-person canoe with a motor on it.
What type of boat do you have, Luke asks.
It is a... Bayliner VR6.
Bayliner what?
VR6.
VR6. If y'all are ever in Eastern Kentucky, you can stop by and play any game I've got, Broken Beard says.
I like Kentucky. I did a job in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I built a Longview fiber plant there. Bowling Green is a really cool place.
One of our local game stores sells secondhand games. We went to, Jess and I went to a game store when she was driving me over to go to the retreat, and we bought a couple of games there. We bought Pueblo and Asgard. Both of them for... I want to play Asgard with you. I don't know if you might like it.
I want to play it.
It was a $20 game.
Yeah, I picked up Now or Never. Is it Ryan Lockett that does the? Yeah, I picked up that one.
Oh, that's cool.
Not too long ago. Same.
Let's see. Won't go on JT's boat. Too close to bathing.
What?
now he's turned to self-ridicule.
Man,
is Shadows as good as the hype? Well, again, I don't know that it needs hype. It's just like an.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game, but I don't know that it deserves hype.
As long as you enjoy it.
You're just putting poker hands together to do different things on the board, and it's not really thematic, but it's fun. Eric to the corner, Karen says.
Bob says Clans of Caledonia is so out of print. It's true, But I heard months ago that they were going to do a Kickstarter Clans of Caledonia with an expansion. Oh.
Yeah, he actually said that.
Oh, I didn't read the rest of your... I should pay attention. But I thought it would be out months ago, so I've been waiting for that Kickstarter.
Oh, no. He's talking about me. That wasn't self-deprecation. He's calling me out. I take a shower every day, sir. You shush. Hi, Sam and JT. I'd like to tell all the Fireside folk that our great commission strategic card game has a few more days to go. That is true. Last time on Fireside, someone mentioned our tuck box on the game, and we are just 2,500 away from hitting our stretch goal that unlocks the rigid box for all members.
Nice.
Well, hopefully you'll reach that.
Yep, good
Encourage
luck.
anyone that was
awesome.
worried about that, and we are just now unlocking a 4-player stretch goal. Cool. Very good. Very good, very good. Any of you Americans have any idea who Mr. Canoehead is?
No.
No?
No, you can't call yourself that. Don't be self-deprecating.
What is a canoehead?
I don't know. Somebody got kicked too hard by a horse. I don't know. I never heard of Mr. Canoehead.
Bayliners are beautiful boats, Karen says.
It's a pretty boat.
Not if he stays in the boat, David says.
I did my best to dump him.
James Brazil. Eric says being hosed down does not count as a shower.
That's true. Welcome, James.
Hello, James. Good to see you here.
Monday. I was going to say Friday. I hope your Monday's good.
It already feels like Friday, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Been that long of a week already.
No, it hasn't.
No,
it's been a pretty easy morning.
Yeah, it's been pretty an easy day. Sketch comedy skit from a group called Four on the Floor. Mr. Canoehead.
Gotcha.
That sounds like a...
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Barrage has another week on Kickstarter as well.
It does.
I have an expansion. I have 2 expansions for Barrage that I'm supposed to be reviewing, but I don't own the game.
Yeah, he picked up the expansions for Barrage thinking I had it, but I don't own it.
I did. Do you take the boat on a lake or a river?
Both. We live south of Chelan Lake.
Yeah.
It's about an hour north of us, and it's a pretty good-sized lake.
And it's one of the deepest lakes in the U.S., I
Yep.
think.
Lake Chelan is pretty darn big, but we also live right here on the river. So we just...
I want to watch it now. I want to watch it now. Dude is struck by lightning carrying a canoe and becomes a superhero.
That sounds like a soap opera.
That
No, I'm just
amazingly
kidding.
sounds
That's
awesome.
pretty funny.
James Brazil says, my Monday is good. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
James.
birthday.
Work has went well, and my pencil first games came in.
Pencil first.
I don't know that company.
I just got in my Adventures of the South Tigris. Came in on Saturday.
I asked him to bring it.
He asked me
didn't
to bring
do
it to show it. He asked me to bring it 5 minutes before I arrived at his house, which is 10, 15 minutes after I left my house. He asked me to unbox it first while I was still home, but I'd already unboxed it. I've already played it once. Not my copy. I played somebody else's copy. They taught me, and it was awesome.
Oof. Wow, that's a lot of games.
What's that? Oh, Floriferous, Herbaceous.
Pencil first?
Yeah.
So which games did you get in? James? Let's pick. Which ones do you think came in?
Which
I'm going to go with...
Skull Hollow's an older one.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Herbaceous... I've never heard of Delicious. I think Herbaceous is older. Sunrise Studio might be new. I'm
gonna guess Snowfall Over Mountains.
There you go. And Sunrise Studio. That's my guess.
And I'm gonna say he went with a certain set. I'm gonna go with Snowfall Over Mountains, Sunrise at the Studio, and Sunset Over Water.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna go with those 3. Maybe though he went with Floriferous, Herbaceous, and Delicious.
And if we win, we get a free copy of Clans of Caledonia.
Yep.
Thanks. Appreciate
Delivered at your expense.
To me.
To us.
No, to me.
Let's see. Ragged Edge. Doug says he just joined in and missed the conversation about Automania, but I've brought it to Steamers a couple of times, hoping to play with you. I'll try again in October. He's not gonna be here for this month. He's got too much going on.
Okay.
But he said he'll try again in October.
If you're coming in October, I'll make sure I make it, unless I'm out of town.
Any Kickstarters y'all are excited to fulfill here soon?
All of them.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that. Andromeda's Edge is supposed to be shipping. I should get shipping information any moment. So I could have Andromeda's Edge within a week or 2 weeks. That's going to be fantastic. I think we talked about that last week. Elder Scrolls. I really want Elder Scrolls.
I was right. He said snowfall over mountains. But then you were right, too, because he said Sunset Studio.
Mm-hmm.
So we were both right.
That's right.
But he listed mine first, so I win.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah. I am looking forward to... dang it. Just looking at Gates of Nilfheim, I think is what it's called. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one.
That's not coming soon.
I don't think it's coming. Is it coming soon? No. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be like next year.
That's not coming soon.
I don't know. I'm really hoping that my Chrome edition and Carnival of Chaos for Thunder Road Vendetta comes soon.
That's not coming soon either. That's a next year thing. Next September-ish.
No.
Yeah. What was the last thing you backed? Turn it off.
No.
Where is it at?
No.
Thunder Road. Is it a game found or a...
that I don't remember either. I just had all these up the other day. I hope it's not next year because I was
not that quick.
I was talking to...
It's got to be game found.
I was just talking to Justin at Gen Con, and he said it was...
Carnival of Chaos?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I mean, I don't keep...
We are officially on the water.
Ha!
On
See?
the factory. It's coming
I
pretty
told
soon.
you!
August, September, October. You're going to get it late October.
Late October. Yay!
Yeah.
JT, are you going to ComsCon?
I should. I should definitely not be lazy and should go to ComsCon.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs yet, but I should go to ComsCon.
Not that I have any games you want to play, Luke says.
Why? I like all kinds of games.
That's
Don't
true, he
let
does.
him freaking
James says, yep, I have Floriferous, Herbaceous, Delicious, and also Sunset already.
I like lots of games. But the fact of the matter is, most of the games I play are the ones that I buy or the ones that he gets in. Because typically I buy all the games I play. Or I buy the majority of games I play. So there's games that I don't buy. So I can't buy them all. I promise I can't buy them all.
Yeah.
Got to pay for the boat.
On a serious note, God of War, the board game, yay or nay?
Yay. I backed it. All in. I want to give it a shot. I love God of War.
I have the card game. Mm-hmm. Haven't ever played it. Have you ever played it?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But yay on God of War, the board game. I don't get into one of the things, I don't get into a lot of the whole, this publisher did this or tried to screw me on this or whatever else. I understand, and maybe that's because of the business that I'm in. I see the freaking ups and downs and costs and all kinds of things. And I know that if I want something special, like Marvel Zombies, and they come back and they say, hey, shipping's a lot more than we thought it was, I do not think Simon's going, hey, we're being greedy, let's try to get a bunch of more money. I really don't, because that's not something that makes any sense for their business model or for their business in general. So if they come back to me and say, hey, I need this much money and I feel like it's more than shipping should cost, then, you know, that sucks. But truth of the matter is, if they're asking me for $140 to ship my stuff, that's because it's probably costing them $140 to ship my stuff, and And, you know, I have to imagine that's worth it. There are people that we don't trust, companies that we won't name right now. But, man, everybody's trying to make a living. And, you know, some people do try to take advantage of you. But there's a lot of it. I mean, there's a lot of expenses that go into making a game. So.
Yep. Why is Mr. Canoehead not in Marvel United?
He's probably in DC United.
Sit up straight, Sam. No, I don't want to. Boat equals bust out another 1,000.
So much fun. So much fun. I have to stay active. That's one way I like to stay active. That's good for me physically. And it'll, like I said, Hawkins 9 years old, so almost 10. So him and his friends can play on that boat. I can pull them around for the next 10 years. So it's totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Broken Beer says, I tell my wife she's floriferous, herbaceous, and delicious, and all I get is an eye roll. Anyone take a poke at I, Napoleon yet? I haven't.
I, Napoleon, no. I'm not huge into historical games, which is an interesting combination with us because I know he loves a lot of historical games. Yep. I'm not really huge into them.
I'm looking forward to the Winds of Numasera, which I backed next year. Hopefully, have you played it? I have not.
No. I have not played it. The Old King's Crown. Nice.
Runar.
I think Runar's a campaign game. It's actually on Kickstarter right now, or maybe the second version of it's on second edition's on Kickstarter.
Ludus Magnus.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, Ludus Magnus, I kind of.
Last chance to become a backer, so it looks like they might be in.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they. Oh boy!
I swear they just came out with another GameFound. Are you on Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you go to GameFound, I think they're doing a second campaign right now.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I saw it on there. I can tell you one thing: campaign games, I have to like stay away from them.
Runar Last Chance.
I've had so much time. Oh, is that how they're doing it? So.
Like it. Runar the Last Chance.
It's the last chance to get in on it, probably.
Yeah.
So they did a really weird thing, and I've never seen, not that I watch every company, but Ludus Magnus, when I backed Black Rose Wars Rebirth, and then before the campaign was over, I decided that I didn't need that kind of competitive game because I don't really have a ton of people to play that with except for him. And I'm not sure that he and I would play that one very much. So then I got rid of the, I canceled my backing before the campaign ended. And then they came out with it like this, with a back now before it comes out, which is kind of a really strange thing to me. But they tripled the price. They literally went from, my pledge was $129 when I pledged originally before I canceled it. And to get the same stuff now was $400. And if it had been 200 or maybe 225, I probably would have gone and got it again because I was like kind of kicking myself for not getting it. But for $400, you can forget it. So
Core pledge.
It's kind of crazy that they come back with another Kickstarter to try to sell the remaining copies of the original Kickstarter. And that might be what this is.
Runar all in is $229. That's in euros though.
When's the if you click on that, does it tell you when it's supposed to come out?
Other ones were saying March.
Yeah.
2025.
So it's kind of a really weird, it's kind of an interesting thing when they go to a second Kickstarter to try to raise more money right before they fulfill, which is kind of, I don't know. Yeah. I've only seen them do that. But obviously they didn't bump up the costs here like they did in that other one.
But one thing that I did see that I I don't really like that they do is they put a goal of 1,000 euros on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just trying to sell extra copies.
I know, but
that's all they're doing.
I know. So. It's like you don't really have a goal.
No, it's not really a Kickstarter.
Right.
So instead of selling it on their site when they get the copies, they're just trying to liquidate those copies before they show up.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do want Black Rose War Rebirth. I would really like to play it. I think this premise is really cool. I think the miniatures are really cool.
This game looks really good, though.
But truth is, I may not put it on the table very often, so it's not worth $400.
This game looks good. I mean, it looks good. I don't know what gameplay is. It looks good though.
Like campaign games too, I have to no more campaign games. We have I don't know, a half a dozen really big campaign games to go through.
We need to finish Divinus.
And we got to finish Divinus, and that's not even a really big campaign game. But and you just got what's it called? Harry Carey?
Yeah.
Which looks actually quite good.
Yeah, it does?
Yes, I think it does. I'm really quite excited for Harry Carey. Big campaign game, but I don't know, Agamonia came out again with a reprint, and I wanted to back it, and I'm just like, I can't back any more campaign games. I have too many to get through. They need to make a campaign game exchange where I buy a campaign game, I play it, then I trade it to somebody for Agamonia so that I can do that one too. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know.
These look really cool.
It's pretty tough.
I like that Bjorn character.
I know. There's some stuff that looks so cool, but I can't have every campaign game.
Nope, you got it.
I can't even play them all.
Nope.
And they're not cheap sitting on the shelf. And they take up a lot of space.
Let's see.
They take up a lot of space.
I am out. See you all on the flip side. See you later, Travis.
See you, Travis. Sorry, you're probably gone.
Have you tried Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth? It fired both Descent and Mansions of Madness on my collection. Would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Did it really?
Well,
it covered Descent and Mansions of Madness?
Well, it's that one that came out that was like...
I haven't played it. I love Middle-earth.
I think I played it once when I was still full-time with the Dice Tower.
I'm going to put it
right
on my
after
wish
they
list
came
and see what I can find. But I've heard a lot of good things, and I love Middle-earth.
Vanessa says she just discovered that Napoleon was responsible for the invention of margarine.
Great.
Margarine is also one molecule away from being plastic.
Yep.
That's funny. JT, are you a Clinic fan?
What is Clinic?
I don't know what Clinic
I'm missing. What's the word? What does Clinic mean? Sorry. Maybe that means no, but I would love to play The Colonists. Actually, I had a chance to buy a very cheap copy of The Colonists. I've just heard that it's a massively long game, and so I have not pulled the trigger.
Lords of Heaven looks... That's one that's been catching my eye. But I don't know how it's...
I'm just adding this to my wish list right now.
Lords of Heaven game found.
Not that one.
No, but it's by Phalanx.
Yep.
And it looks tremendous.
I looked through it. I'm not sure I understand the gameplay of it.
Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah. I did look through it. And obviously some of the stuff looks pretty cool, but I don't understand the gameplay of it so much. So, and this does not look good to me, but this doesn't look good to me.
It looks interesting. The deluxe edition for only $50. Oh. That's added to this. Oh, no. What is that?
No, this has got all the different
all the
coins and things and stuff. And
so it's $100.
Yeah.
Man. I'm interested in the theme. The theme is intriguing, but
the board is ugly.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. Also, Frostpunk is the board game blew my mind. If you have a chance, try it.
I have not tried Frostpunk, the board game. I haven't bought it. I have the video game, though, and I think it's really cool. Sometimes it's hard to just buy something that's going to go on the table that you already have.
There, $400? Do you get real people instead of meeples? No, Eric, that's called trafficking. Human trafficking. That's not okay.
But anyways, Frostpunk, the board game, I'd like to play, but I don't need to buy it, I don't think.
Noble Knight Games. That's a site that I think I use more often than not for purchasing used games. They're pretty reputable. Did I hear you say Clans of Caledonia is getting a reprint, Eric says?
It's supposed to be, yes. It's been months they've been talking about a Kickstarter and expansion.
Clinic is a super heavy game where you run a hospital.
Never heard of it, boss. Never heard of it.
There was a monk that found an image of Jesus in a container of margarine. He said, I can't believe it's not Buddha. Wow, dude.
All right, you get the gold.
Wow, dude.
Broken Beard gets the gold star today.
The game Clinic Deluxe Edition have heavy run a hospital game. Yeah, that's what.
Huh. I haven't heard of it.
How is Zhang He? Or Zhang He? I don't know.
It's asking Ryan.
Yeah, he's asking Ryan, yeah.
Spurs fans going to Dallas.
Oh, this is why. I was considering getting I, Napoleon during a half-off P500 sale, but I just don't see myself getting into it. I do have Jing He on P500, though. On my way to Dallas, stream as long as you can. Thank you very much. Sounding like Laka from Taxi. Are you old enough to understand the reference? No, because I didn't watch Taxi.
You're still old enough to understand.
I am old enough, yeah, but I just never watched Taxi.
I didn't either.
I mean, I watched a few episodes,
sure.
but it wasn't one that I watched a lot of. I don't know. It sounds good. David Thompson, Jeff Engelstein are the designers.
Mm-hmm.
For Zhang.
No, for
Pretty sure that's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zhang
He. Solitaire only. Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Trafficking, not okay. Now you tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of so.
How many kids do you have left? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
No, Elder Scrolls. I've been excited about Elder Scrolls. Mm-hmm. I have seen some of their stuff, and they're talking about it. It sounds like it's going to be a very long game. Long as in table time to play through a scenario or the length of a because they don't really have a campaign. You play a short campaign that are new and replayable, right? But apparently that sounds like that's a pretty long process in which you get to do a lot of upgrading your character and stuff and everything. So that sounds pretty cool. But I like Chip 30 games, so I'm pretty excited about that one.
Let's see. I guess
there's a lot of Kickstarters that are pushing back this time of year, which is kind of how Kickstarters do.
Yeah. Defenders of Grimheim. Fate Defenders of Grimheim is one that's coming up soon, I think.
Fate. I didn't know you backed that.
Yeah, I did. That's October 2024. Thunder Road is November. But then Rebirth is December. And then the Big Sur, Grand Central, Skyport, Sand Art, and Wine Cellar are February. Those are that's the order that the ones that I have waiting.
Yeah. Rebirth says when?
Rebirth says December.
Oh. Well, you can push that by 6 months.
They did?
No, but you can.
Really?
There's a lot of them. Like I would say most Kickstarters are. Although the one I just got, Inventors of the South Tigris, I think they had slated for December, and it came in September, so that's pretty cool.
It's cool. Yeah, but Defenders of Grimheim.
Most things push quite a bit. It's kind of crazy, but most things push.
30 minutes per player.
Clank Legacy 2 is supposed to be on the boats. Woo woo!
Legacy 2, huh?
Legacy 2, baby.
Wow.
I'm super excited about that.
Wow.
I might have to put the boat away for that one.
You're about to put the boat away anyway. It's going to be
Mythic.
too cold.
No, I won't put it away till the end of October.
What?
Yeah.
You crazy?
Yeah, I am crazy.
You realize it's going to be getting down into like the 60s next week.
Yeah, and then it'll come back up to the 80s.
Oh, it won't.
I got my Mythic Mischief Volume 2 in. 4 more factions and maps and things. I don't see anything else. Storm Raiders, I think, is pushed. Galactic Cruise, I don't know when it's coming. Yeah, I don't know.
How many kids are left now after the round where we have to feed them?
What's Vanessa saying there?
Dang, JT, I don't know. I don't know what she said that about.
Gotcha.
I like the chip theory games, but when they print on the mats, it looks fuzzy.
I like the mats. I don't know why I like the maps so much. I like the mats. I like them in Cloud Spire. I like them in... But you're right. It's not like a crystal clear image.
YouTube is really trying to force people to get premium. They must be playing a lot of ads. I was happy to get Wondrous Creatures 3 months early.
How is Wondrous Creatures?
That was unheard of for Kickstarter.
Yep. I haven't played it, but I've heard good things.
Nice when they arrive early. Selectively enabling JavaScript goes a long way toward blocking ads. Bob Rock, I liked Wayfarers and Scholars a lot. Inventors seemed a bit too much. Haven't backed it. Let us know, is it much more heavy than the other two?
So from my first play, I still think Inventors is the heaviest of the three. Just because there's so many different things going on. But I like Scholars the best. I can almost guarantee out of the three, I'm going to like Scholars the best forever. My first play of Inventors, there's a lot of different strange things going on. I don't know how to explain that. There are some of your mechanisms are really cool. In fact, there's a tower mechanism where you're upgrading this tower so you get better benefits. That's freaking really cool. But there's some things in there I'm not sure about yet. So I'm curious. I think out of liking them all, I think it's probably going to go Scholars, Wayfarers, and then Inventors out of the three. But we'll see. I've only played it once. You still have Wayfarers in Shrink. That is shameful. That is shameful.
Played it on Saturday. I quite liked it. Feels like it uses some elements from Ark Nova and Everdell. It took us a while to play, but it was a learning game. So she's talking about Wondrous Creatures.
Yeah. Oh, from Ark Nova and Everdell? All right, I got to play it.
Which one Vanessa says?
I'll put it on my list. Let's see if I can find it. I've heard good things about it. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know how to spell it apparently because I can't. It's not in here. It doesn't exist.
Wondrous is Wondorous. WONDOROUS. Wondrous. No, not D-O, just R. Wondrous. WONDROUS.
What?
No, it doesn't have the E in there.
Okay. It sure doesn't.
Learning games always takes twice as long. That is true.
It can, for
Luke
sure.
Shirus says YouTube equals extortion. It'd be a real shame if your little ones accidentally saw this scare trailer. I'm a sucker for games that build a panorama.
Oh, for Wayfarers? Or for other ones? That one's an interesting one. For sure. It's very cool.
What's the game above Formula D? It's Ultimate Warriors. And the reason the box looks like it's upside down is because you actually use the bottom of the box.
Oh yeah.
In the game, so it's printed upside down.
Spelling is hard, yes, especially for me, old people.
It's not supposed to be though.
It's difficult.
Why am I yawning so much?
Don't yawn.
Can't help it.
Mm.
Can't help it.
Back to Vladimir Sushi. What's everybody's favorite sushi game? Sushi
I
game.
don't have a favorite sushi game, I don't think.
Underwater Cities. I have Evacuation. It's been sitting on my shelf for 4 months and I haven't played it yet.
You're not the boss of me, David. I don't have to listen to you.
What did he say?
Wake up. Let's do a search because
For sushi?
yeah.
You don't like your least favorite game. I know what it is. Galaxy Trucker.
Oh gosh. What a waste of design space.
Pulsar?
Let's see. Pulsar 2849, Last Will, Woodcraft, Shipyard, Evacuation.
Underwater Cities, my baby.
20th Century League of Six, Shipyard, Last Will. Oh, these are all. Golly.
Yeah, I want to get Woodcraft. I haven't got Woodcraft yet. I know it's a lighter type of game.
Well, out of these, I'll probably say I think I've played Underwater Cities once or twice, and I know that I've played Pulsar 2849 once or twice. Last Will, I think I've played as well. But that's, I think, about it. I don't think I've played any of these other games.
Oh, I have Evacuation. I need to get it played.
Yep, not a big fan of sushi, I guess. Ooh. Let's see. Sushi Go?
Oh, I'm sorry. Vlada Shavatal. I was thinking I mixed the two together. You're absolutely right.
I don't know if I've ever played
I was thinking of Vlada Shavatal. I'm sorry. When I said that out loud.
We said sushi.
Sushi games.
Sushi.
Sushi roll is
You're
the best
missing
sushi
sushi
game.
and Shavatal.
Yeah, I did.
Shavatal.
You're right. I mixed them
Dungeon
together.
Pet's
Dungeon
also
Pet's
Shavatal.
also Shavatal. I apologize. Both of them, I like them a lot.
Yep.
Dungeon Pets is on the table. I was gonna take some pictures. I was gonna do a short the other day, but we stopped playing for a minute. So I'm probably gonna do a short. But I did 3D printed cabbages for the vegetables. I did a little 3D printed like ham hocks for the meat, and then I got 3D printed poops for there. For
Sushi
Dungeon
is
Pets.
all about the efficiency puzzles and limited turns.
Indeed.
That's probably why I don't like them.
I love sushi so much. Sushi. And Shavatal. I like them both.
I got our 3D printed components for Comic Hunters on the way.
Oh, cool.
So I got 2 copies, one for you and one for me.
Nice.
But he only charged me for one, so that was very, very nice of him.
Sushi Draft is pretty good too. I don't know.
Sushi
I don't know what
Draft?
Sushi Draft is.
Sushi Draft.
2012.
2012.
I had never heard of this game. It is not a pretty game.
It's in a 10.
It's in a 10. That's bad too. I just give it a 6 out of 10 right now. We'll call it a day.
Dang.
I really want to try Messina 1347.
Yeah, he says I might like it.
It's highly
'Cause it's
thematic for
very
a Euro.
thematic.
I do want to play that. I haven't played it.
Messina 1347. All right, I'll bite. Messina 1347.
I like watching the Board Game Ramblings, and they talked highly of that one.
Woof.
It's not a pretty board.
Woof. My goodness. All right, well, that's just like a scoring board.
There you go.
Like that. Looks better.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to play that one. Someday, somehow.
Looks pretty busy.
It's pretty busy. It looks pretty busy.
I played Comic Hunters a couple of weeks ago. I liked it. It actually won. I beat second place by over 10 points.
Sweet.
Yeah, I want to play it some more.
Yep.
But I've been waiting for those pieces
for the
to come
pieces.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to take to like game night. And what's the next game night, anyways?
This Friday.
Oh, okay.
This Friday. And then we're also going to be starting up. We actually got permission to have monthly things at the church now too.
That's a good idea. I like that. I like the church spot.
Yeah, it's a longer area. It's a longer time, so you have more ability to get more games in, or you have the ability to get a longer game in there, and still be able to do some other stuff.
And I've never been struck by lightning, so it works out.
That's probably not going to happen. JT needs to attend more cons to play these games.
I know.
JT needs to do a top 10 games I've never played, but will score regardless.
What? Who put that up there?
I think that's a dig.
Nice.
Because you've put some games on your list that you've never played before, but you're certain that they would make your top 10.
You know, what you do is you give me 10 games I haven't played, and I will score them for you. You just give me a list of games, and I'll score them for you off of the looks, the mechanics of the read the rule book. I'll read the rule book, no problem. And then I'll give you a score just
Luke
off of that.
says he doesn't think he can make it this Friday. Well, where there's a will, there's a way, Luke. You can do it.
The church spot's easier. Obviously, Steamers is really cool.
Yeah.
But it's hard to play games in there. You gotta play really light
Travis
stuff.
sent me an attachment. Oh, he sent me Mr. Canoehead.
Oh.
Episode 1.
And I was going to say, I don't know, I was looking at my Discord thing earlier, but if you guys are on Discord and you want to play a game online, I would be ready and willing. I have to figure out how to hook that up. I was trying to find my little tag, there it is. Oaklastat at 2990 is my number. If you want to friend me. But
2990.
Oaklastat. OAKLESTAT. 2990.
Yes. Coffee and board games, two of my favorite things in one place.
And they have really good pizza.
They do. They're oven-baked pizza. Well, no, not oven-baked. Flatbread pizza, that's what it's called. The flatbread pizza is really good.
Every time we go there, we buy the pizzas, and they're little personal pizzas, but they're pretty good size.
Yep.
We get done, we eat them, and then Hawking 10 minutes later, can I have another pizza?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I spend 2 board games worth of money there just on pizza and drinks.
Turn that off. All right, good. No need to send JT that list. I already know. Doki Doki Beach Volleyball is his number 1.
Just off of the name alone, I will give it a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. That's funny.
Same thing I gave him Gloomhaven.
You gave Gloomhaven a 3 out of 10, really?
I did, yes. I do not like the story.
Them's fighting words right there.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the mechanics.
Neither was I.
It's funny because I played Gloomhaven a few times. I played it several times, and we even played it together, and I just couldn't get into it. And I called one of the guys that was like, me and my wife, we loved Gloomhaven. And I was like, what do you do about this rule? And they're like, oh, we just ignore it. We just house rule it out. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes total sense. Because the rules are not great.
That's funny. We just don't use that
That's
rule.
right.
Beer and board games, Drunken Dice, My Utopia.
I just picked up This Game is Killer. I'm hoping that's a good little party game.
JT, what's your favorite Shem Phillips game?
Well, my favorite right now, my favorite overall is Raiders. I love a lot of Shem Phillips. I love almost all of Shem Phillips' stuff. My favorite is Raiders.
Sure. He said Paladins is his by far, and Scholars is second.
I'm Raiders out of the first set, Architects out of the second, and Scholars out of the third currently.
So apparently Bob just likes to sit at the same table with people and play games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With them. They play the same game, but they don't ever interact.
Oh, Paladins?
Yes.
I like Paladins. I think once... Have you played Ezra and Nehemiah? Because I think I told him, I think that's my Paladins killer.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. I think I like it that much better. And I'd rather play Ezra and Nehemiah than Paladins. No, they're not exactly... Cool. They're not the same. But they gave me kind of that feel.
We got to play that some more and then do a review of it.
Yeah. I really like that game. But I'm biased. I really like most of Shem Phillips' stuff. I really like Circadian's First Light. That's a game of his that flows under the radar just because of the graphics.
Whoa. But man, that's what I was just shaking my head about. The artwork for that is horrible.
But as far as mechanics go, that's a really freaking cool game.
I mean, I know artwork is subjective, but man, I just could not. It looks like a Wish app version of
the second edition. The second edition made the board and everything better, but the type of graphic, or the type of artwork is still the same.
Yeah.
But the board's a little bit cleaner.
Tiger Senior Fades is my third favorite game of all time. I don't know. I don't like Tiger Senior Fades. Why did you say, hey, Sam? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. All right. We're going to do a lightning round here like we usually do on our live Q&As with me and Jess, but we'll do it with me and JT. You have to give us 2 options, and then we must choose one of those options or give a more viable third option that we think is clearly better than either of the 2 options that you've given us. And we'll do this lightning round, so you have to basically ask us this or this. Then we will choose one of those 2, or we will give you a more viable third option, in our opinion.
Okay.
Perfect. So that's what's going to have. You said I play multiplayer solo games. Oh, I see. I get it. So Tigris and Euphrates.
Is that one multiplayer solo?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Nap or stream another 15 minutes. Definitely nap right now.
You're talking about us or somebody else? I don't want to nap.
I'm definitely in the napping mood. Hey, time
to get up and move.
That's
third option.
I actually read that people who take a nap every day live longer.
It's because they don't sleep long enough at night. If you just sleep long enough at night, you're good. You don't need a nap.
No, they said that if you purposefully, no matter how long you sleep at night, if you purposefully take a nap during the day, it will add years onto your life, actually.
Take 100 years to figure that out.
I guess.
I want to know what the sample size was.
Costco or Sam's Club?
Costco, because it's close to my house and my wife goes there all the time.
We don't have Sam's Club, though. So that's like a shoe-in. I'll say Costco as well, because we don't have a Sam's Club here in town. Boat or motorcycle?
At my age, boat. It's more family-oriented.
I was also going to go with boat. I think the motorcycle is more of a toy than the boat is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because it's not a reliable mode of transportation. And I know that the boat, you have to have water in order for it to be used, but there's so many different ways that you just can't use a motorcycle.
Sure.
So, old people need their naps. That is correct, Eric. We are. I am old. I am fine with that.
You're not that old.
I'm the same. I'm as old as you are.
That's not that old.
Living longer with less waking hours or feeding your coffee addiction?
I don't have a coffee addiction, but I like my coffee, so I'll go for coffee.
Yeah, I think I'll go with both. I'll just drink more coffee while I'm awake, but still take naps. Movie about World War II or off to bed?
Go to bed.
It's midnight. Yes, go to bed. KJV or NIV? I'm going to go with KJV, but I actually prefer New King James because the wording is less archaic. And King James Version just uses words that don't make any sense to a lot of people anymore. New King James clears a lot of that up.
Halfway to 100.
Halfway to 100? What do you mean?
I'm in age.
Oh, well.
Thanks for that. I hope I make it to 100. How's that?
Right? Okay, you're making me yawn now. Ha ha, see?
See you later. You're
See
making
you, David.
people leave just for yawning.
I'm sorry. We're just boring. That's all it is. All right, just a couple more minutes. See if any more things come in, and we're going to be out. But that's okay. I'll stick to my ESV. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I like the archaic language in the KJ. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, a lot of the verses that I've memorized them with KJV, and that's how they're stuck in my head. So I'm not downing it at all. But that's just the way that's why I prefer New King James. IQ is not close to 100.
Yours?
That's probably true. I don't know. Depends on what you've used to.
Feld or Knizia? Feld.
Feld or Knizia? Ooh.
Feld.
Between those two, I'm probably going to land on the side of Knizia because I don't like a lot of stuff in Feld and stuff. I should be yawning, Vanessa says. I worked all day. Physical work. Interesting. I was just up early this morning, and I didn't sleep well last night. I have not done a lot of physical work today.
Depends on if you're used to the physical work. Sometimes that just gets you fired up.
Yep, that's true,
What's
too.
the 71% from Timon?
71% me?
71% of the way to 100? Or 71% left?
Oh, if that means he's
Either
71, if
way.
he's 71% there.
That would be
Neat.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, it would. Gaming group or public get-togethers?
Gaming group. I'm not a public person.
Really?
I do okay. I prefer group.
Yeah, I think both have their pluses. I
Sure,
guess.
absolutely. I'm not that social. I'm kind of a quiet person when I'm with a bunch of people.
Metric or Murica? I'm going to go with Murica.
I'll do both.
Really? You like metric?
I don't. Yeah, sure.
I don't like metric that much. I don't know, it's confusing.
It's funny when we do, like, on a job site, all your site work's in metric. And it's funny watching the carpenters try to figure stuff out back and forth.
Oh, really? So are the carpenters the only ones that use...
No, but
Like-
when I use carpenters to go, like, help me verify site work or whatever else, it confuses the crap out of them.
What is site work?
Like
What is site work? What is
putting
that?
in underground utilities or...
Like electrical type stuff? Or?
No, like groundwork, like if you're going to build the site before you put a building up, like all that stuff. Typically all in metric.
Oh, wow. Why
Because
is
it's
that?
all by GPS, and GPS does not go by feet and inches.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense, yeah. Yep, James Earl Jones passed away this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody else said that earlier in the chat. We didn't know that.
That's freaking crazy. I guess we all got to go sometime, but man, he was pretty amazing.
Yeah, he was. Sometimes I measure stuff out in metric.
Yeah, it makes it easier to make your... And there's no doubt it makes it easier to make your calculations.
Huh, okay. All right, well, we are out of here. That has been a couple of minutes. He was 93 years old.
Wow. Wow.
FedEx or USPS?
Well, or USPS or UPS?
No,
oh,
USPS.
FedEx. But
Yeah,
USPS on Saturday and Sunday, they deliver all of our packages one street over. always.
Really?
Yeah, it pisses us off.
Dang.
It's freaking crazy.
I usually, whenever I'm paying to have things shipped,
I always ship UPS.
I usually go with USPS.
Yeah.
They're cheaper, that's for sure. But I mean, I get it.
Oh, I ship a lot of when I ship games and stuff. I use Pirate Ship. If you use Pirate Ship, most of the time it's a website that like compares all the shipping and stuff. And UPS beats everybody all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we're out of here. Thanks for joining us, and you're welcome, Bob and Timone6219.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for coming.
Good timing. Dinner is ready. Catch y'all later. See you later, Vanessa. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Come on back tomorrow for our Tuesday streams. I'll have It Belongs to the Museum in the morning, and then we'll also do a Time Honor Tuesday stream with Jess, but that will probably be later on in the afternoon. Well, our evening, your night, probably.
Yep.
But I'll have a review of Tirnanog, a live review of that on Wednesday. And I don't know what I'm doing for my live stream on Friday, or my solo play on Thursday. So we'll have to stay tuned on that to see what's going on. But if you have not already done it, we have a September giveaway went up this morning. So you can go ahead and join that. It's a pretty stinking neat prize this month.
Yeah, it's a big old prize, yeah.
So go check that out. We'll see you guys and gals later on. Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
I was glad to join the stream.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool.
Good to have you here. All right. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh, don't waste your money on Beetlejuice.
Really? That sucks. I was looking forward to going.